Tournament Chaos Comedy Tour. We have today Chadbert versus guda632. I am Dr. Rosalia, the evil clown controlling the world, and I'd like y'all to meet my co-commentary, my co-coms, and also the last of the Espers. Hate 13, how are you doing tonight?
I am perfectly fine. I'm a normal human meat baby. I am not a bunch of angry bees in a human skin suit. Ignore that buzzing.
Alright, well, it looks like we have a very interesting night tonight.
Late night mom gets silly, and I love it so.
Tonight's blessings, we have Fighter at 10 agility minus 10 magic defense, Thief at plus 20 agility but with black mage strength, Black Belt with plus 10 magic defense but minus 10 strength, Red Mage with Black Belt vitality but minus 5 luck, White Mage at plus Thor, but also at the price of minus 20 HP, and then Black Mage at plus 40 vitality and minus 5 luck. In our drafts today, as you can see, Guda chose Thief and Black Mage, and Chadbert chose Black Mage and Fighter, so this is going to be interesting.
Very much so indeed. That Black Mage getting plus 40 vitality, it's gonna... Any Black Mages that actually stay up are gonna get pretty chunky. And the White Mage, well, whilst she can wield the Thor hammer earlier, well, it doesn't matter because she wasn't picked.
Yes, the White Mage unfortunately has gone from being made out of glass to being made out of eggshells. So I can totally understand not wanting one in your party at this point, or at all.
I'm personally a fan of White Mages just because I like the utility, I like the safety of life, and I always hope for an early fade.
I just think they're neat.
That is also a fair point. That being said, about things that I think are neat, I do have to give props to Chadbert for his use of the Valkyries of Light sprites. I always do like that one, even though I personally run the Moogles.
I think they're cute, although I've run my own hand selection of sprites, including some I've made and some I've stolen off of, I forget his name, but his website.
Yeah, I shamelessly stole the, stole the Moogles from, I believe it was Greggly Puff who put them together, because he's the other one who uses them. I've made my own little minor modifications, because you need to be able to tell which one is which on, oh, it was Groggy Dog, not Greggly Puff. Anywho, look, a shiny thing!
We're starting off, Chadbert going to check the magic first. Nothing good in white magic. We do have Fire 3 in the black magic in Cornelia, which I think is honestly a nice find.
Yeah, and Bane and Brack, both things that fighter's going to need to watch out for with that minus 10 MDef. And just to answer the question for Jargonese in chat, the fighter got plus 10 agility, minus 10 MDef. Thief got plus 20 agility, but has Black Mage strength. And the Black Mage got plus 40 vitality and minus 5 luck. So if you want to run, you gotta try and keep that Thief up for at least a little bit.
Unfortunately, with that Black Mage strength, I think that running is the only thing that Thief is going to be good for.
Yeah, probably, and, at least maybe getting some additional charges of the first through 4 level. Ooh.
Trolling +1 found in Topher already.
That is...
Chadbert looking for more, but Guda is going out. He's equipping that, and he is saving before fighting Garland.
Yeah, saving before checking those other boxes, because with the introduction of the bracket rounds, for those who haven't seen them before, the monster in a box flag has been turned on, so any chest you loot, you could get jumped by something.
not always a nice thing, but it's also an interesting flag to see. Interesting to see, not to play.
I don't know, I kind of like playing it because I very frequently indulge my inner loot goblin, and I like being able to grind while I do that. Looks like Guda's got, or not Guda, but looks like Guda's going up against,
Garland with poison, that's, you hate to see that.
Yeah, stun, touch, and damage poison, because Garland goes, I'm not going to get pushed over. Oh, I'm sorry, not, oh my god.
Also with Trance, he is taking none of it tonight.
Yeah, Garland totally playing the role of the DJ and bringing out the house music.
Chadbert being beaten Garland. He gets the crown from the king.
The king going,
and now he gets the chime from Sarah.
Yeah, the king
Not
going.
a promising start. Considering there's no free bridge, remind me to punch Caleb for that. But it's going to be interesting to see where he goes next.
Yeah, and as they often say, the heavy is the head that wears the crown. So the king said, I'm sick of this, you have it.
Guda going back to Cornelia. He's going to get that crown and that chime now. Meanwhile, it looks like Chadbert is doing a few stops in Cornelia before possibly heading out to turn in that crown.
I doubt they'll turn in the crown yet. I mean, they could. They've got the Fire 3 casts, but Astos is not pleasant when you're low level. I mean, he's got pretty high MDef, he's got pretty high physical defense, and if he rolls a script...
True.
Yeah, if he rolls a script, he can be pretty nasty. And it looks like the dwarves didn't have very much... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, a Procate -2. Yeah, I did miss that. At least they had something useful in their closet. And it looks like I thought I saw a quick flash of it, but it looks like the vendor item is the slab in Corneria. Nice cheap slab to get, if you want to deal with it. And Chadbert just goes out and proves me wrong and just stomps Astos to pick up the herb to take and smack the prince with. As I am fully convinced that that herb, it's not being ground up or used for anything. It's not being, set aflame and, smoke wafted around. No, it's being used to just smack him about the face until he wakes up. And looks like Guda is jumping on Astos as well, and has taken out Astos quite quickly. Apparently Astos is made of paper and is extremely flammable. And I was too busy watching Astos get set ablaze to notice what the prince gave for being smacked about the face with a branch full of leaves. But given that Guda's on the way, we'll see that again here very soon.
Nothing good looking on the black magic level 4 shops. Rock Solid pointing out that, oh yes, Guda got it, it's the tail.
Well, that's, certainly a reward, and actually with this party, that's going to be something that'll be useful. Yeah, this party will be pretty useful. Temper and Saber both at level 3, so if the ninja or if the thief does get to live long enough to grow up to be a ninja and get spell charges, he can at least do something about his low strength.
I don't think it's the item either of these runners want to see, but it sure is a thing they're going to need later.
Very much so. Chadbert making the dive down into Marsh and going up to the Marsh attic to check those little bit of chests and get jumped by a couple of sphinxes.
Fun.
Tiny little box, big monster.
big cosmetic force, itty bitty living space. And he gets a chunk of change for his troubles.
Could be better, could be worse. At least it wasn't 3 gold.
At least it wasn't 3 gold. Or something like a pointy stick.
I don't know, given their weapon situation, I think a pointy stick might actually be useful.
That is true.
As I think that fighter is either wielding that dagger that was found in Toph, or if the thief is, then the fighter is just trying to slap them to death.
Unfortunately, with no black belt, this is not Final Fantasy Boxing Simulator, so we hope that they will eventually find a better weapon.
Or at least a weapon.
A weapon would be nice. Oh, Chadbert getting the ship in Marsh, that's going to be really, really handy now.
And conveniently enough, that chest is the linked chest that if you hit that middle chest on floor 2 on your way down to the basement, you get that chest as well. So, top or bottom, either blade would have worked here.
These monks with glare, though, giving Chadbert a bit of trouble.
Monk's apparently giving him the stink eye, and putting him down, and putting Fighter and his thief, doing a very deep inspection of the floor.
They're just taking a nap. They're a bit tired.
Just grab their legs and drag them along. Don't worry about their faces. That'll get fixed up eventually. Or not. Whatever.
Chadbert making his way out of a marsh cave. Probably going to head towards Elfland to get that ship. And if I had to make a guess, he's probably going to go to Crescent Lake now.
Yeah, that's generally the play that I've seen coming out of here. Grab the ship. Well, actually, they'll probably hit up Provoca first, because beating up the pirates, that's a gimme.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How did I forget that?
Because we're used to having the bridge and not having to go on this roundabout trip around the world.
Again, remind me to punch Caleb for that.
Having seen Caleb on the last seed he was running for fun, I don't think you'll need to punch him. I think he pretty much did that to himself.
As long as justice is served for these flags, I am happy.
Death touch imps. All over the world.
Oh no! All imps? Is that the oops all imps?
Oops! All imps? Yes, it was a thing of beauty and horror. Which these guys don't seem to be dealing with something that's gone too bad for them yet. 10 minutes in, they both got the ship and are making their way out of the left side of the inner sea at least. Or, yeah, left side. And yes, I did have to stop and check. I was like, okay, wait, which one's left, which one's right? Yeah, 41-year-old man. You figured he'd actually know left from right. No. I'm never able to remember it. And it looks like we actually have a split here. Guda going to Provoca, Chadbert making his way to Crescent Lake to pick up the free item there. Get his extra 5% XP. Guda finding the white magic lacking at Provoca, sadly. Finding Lit 2, Lock, Zap, and Stun at level 2 black magic. It's another sweeper, and it's a potential instant death spell. The hit rate on Zap is pretty abysmal, and it's resisted by a few, well, not by a few things, it's a time elemental. But, you know, it'll work for certain things. And yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't pick up Lock. As has been seen many a times in this tournament, Lock can be a lifesaver. Sages apparently were in charge of the digging equipment and dug out a canal for him, whereas the pirate was holding onto a big shiny chunk of metal.
As most pirates do.
Well, you know, sometimes they'll hold on to it, but only before they bury it. And as Phil Collins is pointing it out in chat, yeah, Lock is oftentimes referred to as the poor man's fast, but when you've got an extra evasive, extra jumpy chaos, even when you've got fast, Lock can be a lifesaver. Now, I wonder if Guda's going to go turn in the shiny rock, or if he's going to make his way on down and pick up the canal. Based off the direction, looks like he's probably heading to the dwarfs. And looks like Chadbert is either getting jumped on his way out of Crescent Lake, or is wandering around Crescent Lake beating up things to get some cash and XP, hoping to maybe run into some EXPs.
And it looks like Guda is turning in that rock.
No, Goats Pirate, we didn't say Ghost Pirates. I might have said Ghost Pirates, but not Goat Pirates. Shiny rock turns into a crowbar. Given that he's got the crowbar and no canal, I'd be willing to bet Guda is probably going to go and head on over to Crescent Lake now. Or maybe if he hates himself, he's going to head on over to Ice Cave. Hashtag never ice. And yeah, he did not chat to the Hooray Dwarf, so we don't know if the Hooray Dwarf is still alive in his eternal hell of only being able to say hooray, or if Guda was deciding to spare him and put him to death. And yeah, as Nightmare Phoenix, our tracker is pointing out that, yeah, that adamantine crowbar, yeah, nothing's going to be breaking that.
Best weapon in the whole game. The only thing is you can't equip it as a weapon.
Yep, pretty much. You know, yeah, you could beat somebody with this, but I would be upset if you were to do so. Please don't use my gorgeous tool as a weapon, please?
This is the wrong game series for that. Please don't.
I know I should have made this into a plowshare. Ooh, Ice 3 and Lit 3 both rolling level 6 black. That's not something you like seeing.
Sure is a thing.
Yeah, and at this point, gotta hope for a level 5 nuke in a place that can be learned by the Black Mage. Otherwise, this is gonna be a bit more painful for him. Guda talking to the crazy old construction people and getting his canal dug out, so he's ready to head out to the outer sea and wave goodbye to ice, never to return if he's lucky. Whereas Chadbert is currently burning down some pirates.
Either way, it's all good fun here.
And it looks like Guda's spending some time beating up some things, because it looks like there's a fairly quick encounter off the hard reset. Chadbert, intelligent man, not going to Ice Cave at all right now. Good man. Don't do it.
Smart.
You.
Don't. Especially not now.
Not ever. Ice, never.
No, no ice. Ice is not nice. Chadbert sparing Hooray Dwarf.
You mean prolonging his torture? That poor
Condemning
dwarf.
him to an existence of only saying hooray.
Exactly. Imagine not being able to express any emotions, just hooray, hooray, hooray. So sad. and Animaniac, which I love the name, I have to say, they did do a marsh dive and picked up the ship that was hidden in a box. And it looks like Chadbert had picked up the slab because he just got it translated.
Well, that solves that mystery.
Finding some okay weapons, those Falchion +3. I've used those almost to the end game before when times are bad. But they're a good weapon for, fighters and thieves if you don't have anything better. They've got a pretty good crit rate on them.
Mr. Bus Driver, please do not curse this run. They are currently saying watch Vanilla Floater.
Yeah, well, they don't have warp, so that would be just a thing of horrible pain.
Oh, Guda is actually going to ice. Speaking of which.
Yeah, yep. Let's see if this plays out for him or if he gets punished for going to ice. Whereas Chadbert looks like he is going to be making either the early ordeals or the early waterfall play, given the direction he's going right now. Early ordeals.
Yep, not a bad idea at this point.
Yeah, he's lacking warp here as well, which, depending on what the enemies run and how the puzzle rolled, could be bad for him. But well, we'll see how it goes for him. Oh. And Dusk Plume, I would give you applause, except I'm using push to talk, and it requires 2 hands. And oh, the wraiths have blaze. This is why never ice.
This is why we do not go in an ice cave at this early in the run. It's not even half an hour, and he's going into ice cave, and he's got the wraiths with blaze.
And Wizards with slow too, which really actually doesn't do much for him, but...
Chadbert picking up the black shirt -1 in ordeals.
That's not bad. That's not bad. It's unlimited casts of ice too, and eventually it'll give you ice and time protection once the mages grow up into wizards.
And it just looks nice.
Yeah, it's -1, so I imagine it's probably a little bit worn, maybe a little tattered around the rim, or around the edges of the sleeves. Hems, that's the word. But, it's still not a bad weapon or item. Guda making the slow walk over to where he's finding a pile of EXPs, which he didn't surprisingly try to take. And his punishment for that is getting jumped by Mancats and Medusae. Which he didn't even take. Watch that be the Masa chest. Because one of the things with the Monster in a Box flags, non-key items can be behind there. So you can find incentivized items, such as the white shirt or the power bonk. But anything that's a key item, i.e. it comes up in all capital letters and plays the jingle when you get it, cannot be hidden behind a monster in a box. That being said, Masa can totally be hidden behind a monster in a box. If you don't take it, you don't know it.
Although I did see a funny little trick in the earlier stream where one of the runners bought all small daggers and all cloths so that he would fill up the inventory of both the armor and the weapon so that he can check what's in the side of the box without seeing if it's a monster in a box.
Yeah, that is one strategy, and it's a perfectly viable strategy. I'm not a big fan of it, because that means if you find something you want, you have to go into your inventory, drop whatever thing you want you're making room for, and then go through it again. And it's just, if I'm opening a box because I want something in it, I'm going to open the box because I want something in it. Unless the monsters are going to kill me, oh yeah, I'll suffer for that, but, the loot goblin says, open the box, open the box!
What's in the box? Oh, speaking of what's in the box, Chadbert getting the bottle from Ordeals.
Man, someone's kind of rude, just kidnaps a fairy and tosses it in a bottle. Or, well, the pirate kidnaps a fairy, tosses it in a bottle, and then they just lock it away in an isolated castle. That poor fairy. Guda pulling the crystal out of Ice Cave.
It's another turn-in, but we'll have to see what that turns into, and see if it was worth all this trouble of the wraiths with Blaze.
If he even makes it out, because who knows if they're going to jump him again. Well, he also did pull a gold bracelet out, which is, convenient.
Oh.
Sleeping Frosty. Frosty says, why don't you just take a nap?
You must be tired. Let's go to bed.
Oh, there's one blaze from him.
Yep.
And he goes with he went with the conservative strat of run, run, burn, burn. Not a bad idea.
Don't blame him at all for that.
And hey, it didn't happen with the traditional Final Fantasy thing of, look, you've killed all but one of them. Now you're running away. Yeah, the Black Mage looks at the Wraith and goes, no, that's not how you play with fire. This is how you play with fire.
Some wraiths and mages just want to see the world burn.
And some think fire burns pretty. I can't blame them. Chadbert makes a play for Waterfall and finding some mud golems with sleep touch, who just keep smacking him around and not letting him run.
I think it's time for nap time in Waterfall.
At least they're not trancing or casting Slut. Or both of them and then casting...
Don't jinx it.
No, I want to jinx it. Whilst I don't like seeing it when I'm running, I enjoy seeing it when I'm commentating because I get to be evil then. And probably wisely deciding just to nope out of a whole lot of things. And oh, Nightmare Phoenix, that's just rude to suggest that the robot has Ruby.
Oh no.
Especially because the Ruby could be useful still. Wait until they've already got the Flutter to give out the Ruby.
Wait until it's Sparta. It's Sparta who has a Ruby.
Ooh. Oh my.
Oh, there it is. There's the holy grail of grind tiles.
Yeah. Let's see how these things have rolled, because that is a giant pile of delicious XP sitting right there. With the wonderful out-of-bounds bat. I am so glad that bat has been left in.
Thank God for the modding community for leaving that in. Or whoever left that in.
Crystal turns into the key, so unfortunately we see a required ice tonight. Robot has loot, so that's also going to be required. Rolling the robot's closet, finding some money in a tent.
And it looks like Chad is understandably going to be taking the eye tile.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they've rolled too high on the hit points either. So yeah, this would be a perfect thing. It's like I'm just gonna burn these guys until I feel good about myself again.
It's an acceptable coping mechanism.
Yeah, the most annoying thing it seems they have is Dazzle, because they are very pretty, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he puts on his best sequined outfit and then just spins around in the light.
They're showstopper They're showstoppers. They like to dazzle the crowd.
And Guda finding that the ruby is hidden in the king's treasury, because why not just go rob the royal jewels while you're at it? You already got the crown. At least at this point, though, it is at a point where the ruby is still useful to them. They can just go turn that in, feed it to that Titan with his wide variety of tastes, and maybe steal what the Titan has been stocking away in his closet.
Maybe take a small visit to Sparta. Why do I keep on calling him Sparta?
I have no idea.
I have Devil May Cry on my brain.
Well, it's at least you have an excuse for it. And holy moly, if you take a look at Chadbert's Black Mages, you see that they're at north of 300 hit points at level 16, 17. They are massive.
They are really chunky.
Oh, and it looks like Guda either found some fighters hiding in a box, or he checked the spike tiles in Northwest Castle and found some fighters. We'll see how it happens when he finally ends them.
It looks like he's not having an easy time with them at all at this point.
Oh, and out comes the damage poison from those two.
No.
At this point, I hope this is actually just from a chest, because that means he won't be facing, running his face into this again. Okay, it was just a chest, guarding some pocket change.
A little bit of money. Oh, Paralysk with Torch.
Oh, and they've got at least something which turns them to stone. Hope you bought some softs. Never travel without them. Bye, out of bounce bat.
Bye, out of bounds bat. I hope you find your dad.
And the fact that Chadbert is still walking around with one statue, I'm guessing he did not pick up more softs. Softs. Never leave home without them. You never know what's going to turn you to stone. It looks like Chadbert has safely escaped the waterfall, saving, and go buy some more softs, Chadbert. Go buy some more softs. Guda making his way over to the Titan's tunnel to turn it in and feed him that ruby. See if he actually robs him or not as well.
Nope. He's feeling nice this time around.
Oh, and Chadbert striking out at on-rack. No softs for sale there.
Alright, Sparta, what do you got?
Tonight, the crazy old man in the cave has the floater.
So it is kind of like what you said.
Yeah, except it's in the inverse. Yeah, Chadbert even walking up to visit old Underhill to check and see if he might have softs, and no softs. You don't get to turn your person back from being petrified. So it looks like that ice play that Guda made is paying off. Still, never ice, unless you absolutely have to.
Mr. Bus driver, that crystal turned into a key, which in turn turned into the ruby, and it turned into the floater. And I'm guessing now Guda is going to go turn that floater in and get the airship.
Yep, I'm expecting by about the 3130 mark, we'll be seeing Guda taking off and getting into the air, comfortably safe away from the random encounters of the sea. I'm not going to repeat that genie problem. That just hurts. I mean, I love it, but it hurts. And whilst Guda doesn't have the levels, 3117, Guda's in the air. And yeah, whilst he doesn't have the levels that Chadbert does, he has the mobility that Chadbert lacks. He has the tail, which he can go turn in to grow up and start actually making use of things, and this is before he's even hit level 15, so his ninja and knight will start getting spells as soon as they can. Chadbert picking up a claw, or a cat claw, which will be useful after promotion if he doesn't find anything else. I'm wondering if he forgot to check for softs there.
No, he got a soft. He had like 10.
He's just leaving that one as a statue for aesthetic reasons then.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he transformed them back.
I saw you got one of them changed back. I didn't see if you got the other one or not. And Guda doing the loot in the Cardia aisles, because, hey, the dragons have done what they needed, or what you needed them to do. Now it's time to rob them blind.
That is what the ninja is for.
That's what everyone's for when it comes to Cardia. And it looked like Guda was doing the save in the air strat, which is a good thing to do. And let's see if he can take these things out before the fighter goes, I'm gonna set you on fire.
Oh!
Oh no, it wasn't fire, it was the poison. My bad.
Still, you do not like to see it.
Yeah, no, that's, it's never a fun thing to see. Oh, and the mage! Just bringing out the hammer, cracking things down. And he wisely decides, you know what? That chest, I'm gonna take a pass on. And he did get an opal 3
still
out of
have the masa.
Yeah, it definitely could. And he did get an opal +3 shield out of the other one, so that's something good for the knight. And
oh, a Gia's shield, although it's -2, you still like to see it?
Yeah, still like it for the... Oh, hey, a Vorpal.
Vorpal +3?
Wow,
Not
hey.
bad at all.
Ooh, slimes. Hope you got nuke or fire. I don't remember if Guda picked up nuke, but I knew he got fire. Oh, and they rolled up. Oof.
Oh, these are some strong slimes.
Very much so. It's like, I saw at least a 260 on it, and it didn't take it down. That's yeah, that's a hurty one. Well, you gonna burn it down again, or are you just gonna try and smack it until it falls over? It looks like he's gonna shock it.
But he still gets it anyways.
For a wooden shield.
Wooden plank for his troubles.
It just... it feels kind of bad, but he still got the XP and the money out of it. Alright, so, yeah, get rid of that iron, put on the opal, or put on the Aegis, whichever, either one, who cares, just get rid of the iron. And now does he have any ice armor to go with that flame shield? Because that would make a good thing for the ninja as well. Ooh, and then the opal +3 for that knight.
Opal +3, not bad at all.
Chain
oh,
minus
you picked
3.
up a ribbon somewhere.
Oh my, yeah. Yeah, chain -3 to opal +3. Huh. You know, I think he's good for armor.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
I mean, another ribbon would be nice to see, but he's got, you know, the cat claw on either the fighter or the ninja, or maybe if he was feeling bold, he put it on the black mage, because better paranoid than sorry? I don't know. But the Vorpal I saw he put on that knight, so the knight's swinging, you know, it's not the heaviest weapon, but it'll do some damage if it crits. And yes, Retro Gaming, he does have a ribbon. I didn't see where he picked it up, but he's got that ribbon -1 on his ninja.
Buddha also translating the slap while Chadbert is now currently going through ice to get that crystal.
And Guda picking up Nuke, and picking up Nuke on the dead Black Wizards as well, because better to have it than not. Thank you, Kita Moon, for pointing out that ribbon was hiding in Matoya's cave. Chadbert having all that Nuke pretty easily took out those stone golems that were hiding 30k. And he was getting his crystal and getting that gold Cheerio as well.
And for that grind, for that trap towel, he gets a magic pointy stick.
Yeah, Wizard Staff -1, cast Confuse if you want, or sell it for some scratch if you need to. Chadbert continuing to loot. I don't think he saw the burning wraiths there yet. Goody going, alright, I know I saw life somewhere around here. Where was it at? Ooh.
Life was in Elfland.
And Katana -3. I mean, I'd still personally use the Katana -3 over the Vorpal just because I like having the additional hit percentage and the additional damage on it over the higher crit rate on the Vorpal, but Vorpal is still pretty good. And Katana, it's a perfectly viable thing if you don't find anything better for your ninja. Hey, it looks like that knight gets to learn life and exit. Night spells actually having a use.
Yeah.
And fast at level 4. That's a little higher than it's like to be seen, but it's still a pretty good level. It's not level 8. Chadbert making his way around the horn there to head on over to Matoya and turn in a crystal to get his key. Whereas Guda has decided to head over to Lupa Land, Lufania, and get the shirt off.
Shirt.
Hey, got the shirt off their backs, which, given that we don't have Invis 2 as a castable thing, that's a pretty good pickup.
Not bad at all.
Especially since we haven't seen a defense sword yet either. Given how close these runners are to actually being in item go mode, I'm not sure if we will see the defense sword this part.
Nightmare, our tracker, pointing out that defense was in Cardia above the Vorpal.
Alright, well, ignore me then. I was just babbling and speaking in nonsense. Thank you for keeping us honest, Nightmare. Oh, looks like Chadbert decided to swing around and go inside to get the key. Because reasons?
It's going to pay off for him, though, because he's going to be right in the neighborhood to, check Cornelia and get that shiny rock.
Yep, and Guda finding a flame armor +1 in in Mirage 1, which pair that with that ice shield, and you've got some, Good elemental defense for that ninja. Find us some lizards in a box. Please don't put your lizards in a box, folks.
Or at least not without holes.
They get red, and they get very angry, and depending upon how they've rolled, they might spit fire at you, or lightning, or nuke.
And they go, ag!
Yeah, instead, Guda's just trying to banish that one to the 4th dimension, or turn him into a statue, or, well, put it out of its misery.
Lord of the Synth with the fun Agma fact, Agmas are not red when they're born, they're plaid.
Alright, Chadbert, heading on over to turn in that ruby, and probably hoping that this isn't the floater. And when he does find out it's a floater, I'd be willing to bet he's hoping that Guda didn't do Ice Cave and get the floater already, or he's gonna be in worrying.
But Chadbert going to rob the Titan first. Let's see what he gets.
A bunch of money and some Argoyles in a box. Core, I hate these things.
They are not fun.
They resist everything, and oh, looks like these ones have gaze.
Gaze.
At least they don't have that many hit points.
And he just got a bunch of money for it.
Yeah, so you feed the Titan and then you take his life savings. Ooh, yeah, and vampires tossing out some frost there because they just really, they're just really cold. They want to share their cold with you. Yeah, that's it.
They're going to put their cold hands on you.
Too bad we don't have face cam on Chadbert right now, or we'd be able to see the disappointment in his face and finding out that the ruby, which came essentially from an ice cave, turned into the floater.
And we do not have audio, so we cannot hear the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme.
Well, it's also a good thing we don't have audio, otherwise I would never, ever, ever be able to be on stream. Some people are a little vocal in their races. I am one of them. Alright, and Guda going for the Ordeals play, seeing how he can go here. And I don't believe we've seen Warp yet. I'm gonna check the tracker notes, make sure.
I don't think we have, and it looks like we have not.
So that means we've got an ugly high-level warp somewhere. Ooh.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Alright, at 45 minutes, 19 seconds, Chadbert getting his skyboat and flying away. Looks like his first stop is going to be to go promote, probably.
Which is absolutely a good idea at this point in time.
Chadbert going, hey, here's my papers. Look at all the work I've done. Can I get a promotion now? Thank you. Now, does he bother looting Cardia? Or is he just gonna skedaddle on along and miss all the delicious, delicious goodies hiding here?
Is he going to miss 2 or 3 fantastic swords? Looks like he's not.
Yeah, looks like he's doing the right thing here. Gouda running into the Wraiths that were hiding in the box in ordeals and taking them out before they take him out for that little bit of pocket change. And now comes the equipment shuffle. Honestly, kind of surprised he didn't give that black shirt to one of the black mages. You know, let them actually, equip it, have some protection.
They're chunky enough. I think they'll be fine.
They might be chunky enough, but his zap will still send him off. It looks like Chadbert found the larger pack of the slimes that were hiding in the box. You left them in there too long. They had a chance to breed some more. This is why you gotta take care of your slimes and keep the herd cold. Otherwise, it's overpopulation. And Gouda found that black shirt already and just was like, alright, slapping this on a black mage immediately. And Will, unfortunately, slimes, you can't have them spay or neuter. They just kind of divide. So you just have to cull the herd occasionally.
You should know better. They reproduce through asexual reproduction.
Lock 2 and Confusion at level 7. That's not bad.
That means that warp is going to be like... It's either in Onrak...
Or it's level 8.
Neither of which you want to see.
Hey,
but he is picking up some pro rings.
Yeah, 11,000 gold for pro ring +1. That's not bad. That's, good death protection, and it's not going to weigh you down if it were, say, a pro ring -4. And for those unfamiliar, the plus and minus is a feature of the randomizer called Weapon and Armor Blurcings. It changes the stats a little bit. With armor, it increases the weight, i.e. it makes the evasion lower, increases the evasion penalty, and increases or decreases the amount of damage it will absorb. For weapons, it increases the damage, the accuracy, and the crit rate by an amount commensurate to the plus. I can't remember the exact amounts on there.
They're both turning in the bottle to get the TNT.
Yeah, looks like the runners were both coming in, giving a high five, turning into the TNT, and then going their separate ways.
Yeah, that fairy had her own escape route, as it looked.
Maybe that's why she was bottled up. She was just giving away TNT to anyone who came on by. And now you've released the horrible fairy explosive specialist out into the world again. Great.
Detonator fairy, yay!
And that TNT turns into the cube, because apparently the dwarf had a bunch of crap in his closet that he needed to clean out. And now that the dwarves have, given him his crowbar and given him the cube, now he's just going to rob him blind, because, that's what you do.
All these scums are, sniffing Gouda right now.
Yeah, better be... Dino in a box. Things you don't want to see.
It does pick up the Zeus gauntlet, though, so that's nice.
Yeah, get that lightning too if you need it, and, at least some decent protection, though I would probably go for the pro rings over the Zeus bonk.
And Gouda won in both of these runners, once again choosing to leave the Hooray Dwarf in his eternal torment of only being able to say hooray.
So, Sonny Wrath, recap on this. It's about an hour in. Chadbert got his floater about 10 minutes ago. Guda got his about 20 minutes ago. No orbs have been lit yet. They've both looted just about the same things here, though Chadbert is, I think, the first one to rob the elves. Getting a sun +1 for his for his troubles there. And yeah, whilst Mr. Bus Driver did call for a vanilla floater and ice cave, it was not quite there. The floater contained the crystal, which turned into the key, which was hiding the ruby, which
It did transform into a floater eventually, but it was not vanilla floater.
Yeah, it was a few steps removed.
Or a few steps added.
Well, you know, it's debating about how you want to use the phrase. And yeah, the cube pickup came from the, excuse me, came from the TNT. Which means that somewhere hiding in the Sky Palace or in Mirage is nothing, because they think they... Wait. I'm trying to remember if they pulled the bottle out or if that was a race I watched earlier.
Yeah, they've already got the bottle, because the bottle had turned into TNT. So, it's probably going to be Super Bonk.
Well, because they still need to get the, excuse me, the scuba gear. So...
Oh yeah, the Oxale.
Yeah.
So, C's going to have Super Bonk then.
Yep, that's what it is. And, the
loot was in Waterfall.
Yeah, the robot had the loot.
He was just playing some jams.
He had to have something to do for as long as he'd been locked in that cave. Now, Chadbert deciding to take out that dinosaur and see what's hiding behind it. A heal potion. Guda finding a katana -3, a couple of chests away from that oxy ale. Could be worse, could be better. It's better than the silver dagger +4 he was using. And at this point, I believe that actually does put Guda in item go mode. The only thing that he hasn't picked up has been the Power Bonk, which we know by process of elimination will be hiding in C.
Yay, C Bonk. Oh! Second ribbon found in Sky.
Sky provides. And yes, whilst that was agreed chest, it was acceptably close to the stairs to, you know, not have it be too bad of a greed. Whiz vamps not being quite as flammable as they normally are. But they're still vulnerable to being stabbed multiple times. Trying to brack a rock golem. Really, Guda? I'm gonna have to ask you about that, because that doesn't seem viable.
You turn the rock golem into rock. I don't see what you're misunderstanding here.
You know, if only you could throw softs at them and turn them into flesh golems, and then have to
I
deal with
don't
that
think that's
horrible
any better.
monstrosity. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's any better.
Or maybe you just turn them into mud golems. Though I prefer to think of it as flesh. Oh my!
Oh, there we go. Oh no!
Robot chicken going, I'm gonna make you pay. Kicking off with a nuclear.
Oh, you hate to see it.
If you're running, you hate to see it. If you're me, you love seeing it. At least everyone survived, and my gods, those black maids are just they're giant walls of meat.
Some really chunky boys we got there.
Alright, looks like Chadbert popping out to save the goods he's got, then heading back in. And let's see, does Gouda make it across the Bridge of Density? And yes, I know it's a Bridge of Destiny, but you know, let's hope and pray for another visit by our chickening mascot.
Aww,
Now I'm sad.
that's depressing. He was depressed.
Alright, Gouda getting to the first fight against a fiend at the 58-minute mark. Fast, coming out, hitting out. Brack, shooting a miss. 4 hits for 110 damage out of the ninja, 8 hits, 243 damage out of the fighter, or knight. That's where that fast landed, was on the knight apparently. 3 hits for 61, another Brack attempt, ineffective. More Brack. No. 9 hits, 388. With 2 coming out. Doing negligible damage. Another failed Brack. 8 hits, 235, swapping a nukes, because throwing those microwaves at Tiamat much better than trying to turn it into a statue. 4 hits for 6 damage on that ninja, and then the ninja getting smacked back and put to critical. 4 hits, 164, and Tiamat is dead. At the 59-minute, 10-second mark, we have our first orb lit by Gouda. And as it's been about an hour, just to let y'all know, you are watching the Final Fantasy I Randomizer Spring Tournament 2021 bracket stages. Chadbert versus Gouda.
And whoever wins this round is going to go up and face Greggly Puff next.
Yep, I do not envy whoever has to face Greggly Puff, but the thing about Randomizer is rando's gonna rando. You never know what's gonna happen. And Gouda is gonna be coming up very soon on that lovely, lovely eye tile in Waterfall. Looks like Chadbert's deciding to full clear Sky 1 before moving on up.
Jonah and Chad saying some of these jokes are really cheesy. Well, I think they've aged just fine.
They've got a good rind to them. Chadbert getting that next Katana -3 and his Oxyale, and we'll see if he does any more looting or if he's just gonna skip the rest of those chests. Guda tossing out the hopeful zap, hoping to get them turned down. Oh yes, this is why the eyes weren't exactly the best grind. Damage poison. And yes, now that Guda has a salute, he is officially in item go mode. And yeah, looks like he's going to be doing a bit of grind here, which I cannot blame him. Eyes are good for it.
It looks like he's looking to make a bit of cheddar with that eye tile.
And Chadbert doing the extra greed checks there and getting that other ribbon. Lucky man. Now he just has to decide what to toss. You forgot to toss that copper bracelet. Instead of tossing that copper bracelet +1, he decided to toss the Zeus Bonk.
He's keeping the copper bracelet for good luck. You never know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. But, you know, that's because I'm me, and I tend to not keep grease like that around. Because I don't like carrying extra cruft in my inventory. Alright, let's see if Chad runs into the Bridge of Destiny and hits that robot, or if he gets to avoid it.
Looks like the hairs are just gonna sniff him.
And to answer the question posed by Football 916, all of the ribbons will roll the same. The blessings and curses don't apply on a per specific item basis, they are on per item group. So all of the long swords will be the same plus or minus. All of the katanas will be the same. All of the ice swords, etc. If they were per item, that would be a level of hell to try and figure out, and I wouldn't want to deal with that. And
that would be an absolute mess.
I also don't think that there's actually enough memory space in the ROM for it. The devs have done a really good job of tightly packing things in there for this. Looks like Guda is swinging on down and heading towards Kraken already. And Chadbert escaped the encounter with the nuclear Warmac. Kind of makes me sad.
Chadbert is coming up on his Tiamat fight.
Alright, looks like we got some fast hit in the night. Ninja going for a swing, hitting 4 hits for 53 damage. Fighter swinging 8 hits for 314 damage. It's actually 314.15, but you know. Ninja swinging, wasn't paying attention to catch the damage. Nuke coming out for about 150. Tiamat going fire 2. Please don't kill me. More nuke. Just throw those microwaves at Tiamat. Dragons don't like microwaves.
Duke Nukem time.
Oh, and Temper's coming out, hitting up everybody, because, you know, we need to hit harder. 649, 8 hits out of that, and down goes Tia. 105.33. Chadbert's got his first orb lit. Just as Guda pulls into Kraken. Chadbert making that cheeky landing there to pick up some more heals and potentially some houses. Swing out of the ninja, 4 hits for 21, Brack attempts, broken into pieces.
Oh, he has Bracken the Kraken.
Yep. Love to see it. Looks like Guda is eschewing the power bonk, which honestly I can't blame him for. Just heading back to the airship and moving right along to the next fiend to be crushed, which... Never mind, looks like he's stopping to visit Underhill as well. Kinda gotta wonder, How much does Underhill have to rebuild his camp? Because adventurers just keep landing on it. Alright, Guda making his play for the volcano. Doubt we'll see much in the way of looting here. Probably just go in, crush, move along.
I mean, he's pretty much got all he needs. I think if he's looking, he's probably looking either for the masa or he's really desperate for that power bonk.
Yeah, and given that he didn't loot pretty much anything out of sea, he's not looking for the power bonk. Like, I can entirely agree with not looting anything else. Like, I might pull in and grab a couple of the free chests on the Agama floor, but that's only out of a vague, misguided hope for maybe an Excal that rolled up, or a Masa, or a third ribbon. And yes, Guda also has 2 ribbons, Lord of the Synth. There was a free ribbon hiding in Matoya's, and then there was a secondary ribbon in the easy-to-get greed chests on Sky 3. And yeah, Chadbert's still continuing to check some stuff, because he's either just used to it, listening to his inner loot goblin, or he's hoping to find something that'll give him an advantage. Guda pulling up to carry. I don't expect this fight to last much long. A couple of nukes, a couple of swings, and there's probably going to be Merilith blood on the floor. And Chadbert finding the power bonk on the Sharknado floor. Giving that to his fighter.
And there goes down Carrie, and Guda has his second orb. Not second, third orb, my apologies.
So I do have to wonder why Chadbert removed the ribbon from the fighter after giving her the power bonk as well. Because now she doesn't have much in the way of the elemental resistance that comes from the ribbon, and because she's actually wearing the power bonk, she doesn't have the death protection either. You might want to fix your gear there, Chadbert. Guda just taking a casual stroll through the Earth Cave, getting ready to stomp himself a vampire there. But not before he runs into some spiders who are like, oh god, no, 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 these things scare me! And yeah, just walking through murdering bats left and right. I mean, at least in this world, the bats don't seem to be having any population issues, except for maybe overpopulation. I mean, look at that bat party room. Come on, there's barely room to move in there.
They're having fun. Leave them be.
I know, right? I mean, that being said, if you don't open that door to, let them out, there's not going to be much room for them in there anymore. Looks like Chadbert getting ready to roll on up to Kraken and try and give it a smacking. Seeing some power bonks, for seeing some fasts. Not seeing the cheeky Brack strats. Kind of surprised on that. Especially given that Brack is level 1. Oh, and Kraken has Stun Touch too. I blinked, I thought there was a vampire, but, I blinked and then it's just, suddenly it's gone. Oh well, guess it didn't exist.
Whoops. And Chadbert is lighting his second orb, taking down Kraken.
Yeah. Smacking the Kraken, getting on out of here. provided he can get away from these angry tigers.
They are not great.
Oh, that kind of hurt.
I cannot roll my R's, I am sorry.
No, I wasn't saying that the lack of R rolling hurt. It was the punning that hurt. Huh, Lich actually trying to fight back with the Blaze. Kind of surprised. Unfortunately, it's still Lich 1.
It's not special.
Yeah. Guda letting his fourth orb at about the 112 mark, and he is now in go mode. I'll be heading back to Canaria, stack up on heal pots, and then head on into Topher and hope that it's better than was seen earlier. Yep, just topping off those pots, getting back into the skyboat, and time to go punch us some fiends again.
Let's go beat up chaos.
Good at finding a good part of the encounter table. We got through a couple of floors until he ran into a large angry pack of gas dragons, which he managed to run away from before they did anything horrible to him, at least.
And then he comes upon another pack of gas dragons.
I'm not sure if it was a different one. It may have been the same one. Hey, get back here! We're not done with you!
And there it is again!
They certainly are persistent. And the last spike tile of the game, where initially the developers put the biggest troll encounter ever. The Phantom. Hits like a truck, you get 1 XP and no gold out of it.
And now, it's just some bull.
Guda not validating the seed. Tisk tisk. And it looks like he's back into that safer part of the encounter table. Never mind. Here come those knockout dragons.
I just want him to take a nap.
You've been working really hard, dude. You should take a nap.
It's like midnight. You need to sleep.
Chadbert rolling up on a carpet. This thing's not gonna live long. Unlive long? I don't know.
Is it living long? Living long if it's not already living?
Ooh, tasty cake for that Lich. Down it goes. 114. Chadbert lighting his third orb. He just has to rampage through Volcano, and then he can get into Topher. Whereas Guda has...
finally getting on to the earth floor of Topher.
Let's see what he rolls into here, if anything. Not gonna lie, the encounter table is actually being kind to him right now. Yeah, he didn't run into anything there, just another rug.
And here's Lich 2.
And there goes
and
Lich 2.
was Lich 2.
Oh, Chadbert, he found the bridge hiding in the Volcano Armory. Why? Why did someone put a bridge in the armory?
I don't know, but just for that, I'm punching Caleb.
Finding a few things, nothing of note in the armory. Except Dragon Armor -2. I don't know if I would drop the Opal Armor for that, but it's, you know. Hey, Chadbert has realized, wait,
Oh.
Ooh.
Did he drop a throwing for that?
He did. I'm not sure why.
What is going on here?
I don't know, but Guda's hitting up Carrie too. And quite literally hitting her in a couple of places. Tosses some nukes out. Carrie responds with Fire 3. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage though. More nukes. Nukes. and pretty much as a normal run goes, carry 2 dropped pretty easily. And Seafood Party Black coming out, or Platter coming out, not being too rude though, not like we've seen before. Wow, Gouda is a really, really good part of the encounter table. Like, he's had not a whole lot of encounters. And yeah, here comes some nukes. I think I saw, yeah, fast hit.
Nuke him on this Kraken once again.
Oh, and Kraken being kind.
Done.
Yeah, just throwing out a stun as opposed to doing Kraken 2 things and crushing someone important. Oof.
And there's Kraken 2.
That Kraken 2 is made out of paper. That's wow, that's kind of surprising.
Although the real boss is going to be these waters that want him to take a nap.
They're only casting sleep though, and they're not doing, like, if they had trance and sleep, death touch maybe. But yeah, no, they were just trying to slow him down a bit. Here comes
now
Tia.
For the Tiamat fight.
And just going with the standard. Oh, and no, he actually used the white shirt to get some evasion stacks up, showing Tia 2 some respect.
And it looks like he is also casting temper on that fighter, and fast, so he's probably going for a caveman with stick strategy for Tiamat, which I could see him doing.
Yeah, except in this case it's with a light but extremely sharp sword. Oh, Zap coming out and sending his ninja off into the 4th.
Oh, that is not nice at all. Luckily, that knight has life, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he does. And then Tia going with a Bane as well. Tia was the one who had the rude stuff, but there was enough protective gear to keep the rest of his party up. Now he just has to shotgun potions.
Everybody!
And Chadbert at 119 entering into Topher. Whereas at...
Meanwhile, Guda is finishing Topher, hopefully.
Yeah. And yes, Classic Gamer, we've seen just the one nuclear. I don't think we've seen any nukes, Swirl, Tornado, Cure 4, Slow 2, anything like that from the bosses yet. Operative word yet. Here's hoping. White shirt coming out from Moon, getting up some evasion stacks, 1 stack. Swing, 4 hits for 4 damage. Of course, turn order comes out and goes, okay, you've swung, have some fast and temper. Blizzard coming out.
Slightly tickles them.
Yeah,
Not that bad.
Yeah, between 50 and 100. More tempers, more white shirt, swing, 8 hits
There
for
we go.
215. Second stack of evasion up.
Oh, and that is a chunk of health.
Yep, looks like we're seeing some more tempers. Kind of surprised we're not seeing the ninja starting to get some tempers. 8 hits for 647. Another stack of evasion
Not
on
bad
everybody.
at all.
Yeah, this one's rolling pretty well. I think at this point, though, that Knight's probably about tempered up to the max.
7 hits for 723 hits.
Yeah. And now we got Nuke coming out, hitting for 108. More tempers. Temper, 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 temper.
Man, these black mages are rarely temperous.
Yep, here comes Tornado. Hitting for okay damage, but, you know, not enough to really cause any concern for him. 8 hits.
Oh, and he is done with chaos.
At an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 9 seconds, Guda has won. Get your GGs out and chat for him.
Not a bad run at all.
All right, looks like Chadbert's just making his way along, and that beep in my ear means that we've got somebody joining us here. GG, and welcome to you, Guda. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. That was, I thought I was behind, honestly, because of those couple of ice wipes, and then I found the third eye grind in Waterfall, and I'm like, well, if Chad went down here and got early levels, he walked through the rest of the seed, because other than ice, didn't really see a whole lot.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of actual grinding going on either side, honestly. It was mostly just take it as you go. I know Chad did some of the eye grind until they came out with that damage poison.
Oh, wow. I'm like, I'm just taking eyes until I'm out of nukes. I got out of nukes, I walked away from eyes. I ended at like level 23, and I'm like, this is perfect. Get a couple levels on the way as I go, and 24, 25 is perfect for Topher with this party, especially Knight with Life, 2 ribbons, Vorpal +3, Katana -3, even though the ninja had Black Mage Strength, which is why I was like, alright, he's just going to be a fast-tempered dude.
I had forgotten about the Black Mage Strength. I was wondering why he hadn't been tossing a couple of spare tempers or using Saber on that ninja to...
Yeah, wasn't worth the time.
That's a fair cop there.
Yeah, that's understandable. It would honestly be a waste of time to just throw tempers onto that ninja.
Though
I mean, the Cat Claw was available in Corneria, so let me tell you.
Yeah, it could have been useful, but that was yeah, that was a pretty good fight for you. It was just pretty clean by the books, and except for running into our Lord and Savior Warmech, you didn't really run into anything that tossed out too bad spells or skills at you.
Oh, as soon as I saw Warmech as the first step on the Bridge of Destiny, I went, here it is. This is the FURNG that I've been getting this whole tournament. And then, of course, he starts off with Nuclear, and I'm like, oh, thank God the Black Mages had +40 Vitality, otherwise, rip Black Mages.
Yeah, those Black Mages ended up being more walls than humans at this point, I think.
Super beefy. Super beefy. It was amazing.
You were lucky to get the chunky Black Mages.
I think that's why we drafted him. Chad, I was 100% certain Chad was gonna go Black Belt Red Mage at me, so I was practicing that all week. And then he goes Black Mage Fighter at me, and I'm like, all right, I can work with this.
Yeah, that's
You worked with it, you did.
yeah, that was a pretty friendly party overall.
Yeah, I thought about taking a Red Mage. Red Mage had Black Belt Vitality, but I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't needed. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and looks like Chadbert is getting the Kraken 2 luck that you didn't, as Kraken 2 just crushed one of his mages.
But yeah, it was fairly nice with night with exit and life. It was pretty friendly.
Where did Chad find the X-Cal? I think that's what he's swinging, right? Or is he swinging defense?
I did not recall seeing him grab the X-Cal. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if I had missed it.
Yeah, I think he has the defense.
Yeah, did he not find the Vorpal?
Oh no, he did. His ninja, I believe, is swinging the Vorpal.
Oh, that's rough. Vorpal belongs, as my friend Falconic would say, the Vorpal belongs on a man, not a guy in pajamas.
Yeah,
I love me some ninjas. Love me some ninja strats, but yeah, this seed was all Vorpal.
Whoops, all Vorpal.
Given that the Vorpal rolled up and the Katana rolled down, I can agree with that. And that black belt, or that Black Mage Strength, yeah. You know, actually, as I'm looking now, it looks like Chadbert is actually swinging that Katana. And, yeah. Not sure what's going on with the Vorpal, if he's just leaving it or what.
But he's gonna get this Tia 2 down. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, Tia 2 had a couple of rude things it did, but it wasn't, like, overall she was pretty kind to you. And here's hoping that Chadbert remembers
maybe
to pick up
not.
life.
Right? That was way more rough than I thought it was gonna be.
At least he picked up life, so he's got a couple of them.
He's got 2 life spells left. You gotta pick up both your black mages. Oh. Because then you can funnel all that fast and temper into your knight. But hey,
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe it'll work for him.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it rolls out here.
We'll just have to hope and pray.
But yeah, as Lord of the Synth pointed out in chat, that if Chadbert clears out this Topher on this dive, then the fact that you did the early ice dive was pretty much the winning move for you on this one.
As soon as I went into ice at level 7, I said, I'm either winning or losing right here, I bet. Or, alternatively, this is going to hold a white shirt and I'm really going to kick myself. Which in case I'm losing.
Yeah, those Blaze Whites were pretty mean.
Yeah, I got so lucky on the low roll on Blaze when it actually hit. Like, I pulled out level 10 somehow in the middle of nowhere and got just enough HP to not die instantly.
Yeah, I saw that come up. Like, Whites come up, you get the safety strat of run, fire, and they hit you with Blaze, and you're like, no, this is how you play with fire.
Right. Also, oh no, did Slow 2 just hit on his knight to start? I didn't see if it hit or not.
I did not see either, but hopefully not. Yeah, that hit, that's going to be problematic. Oh,
Yeah, it did hit.
Oh, man.
Will Blood were saying it did hit. He's got enough fast charges, so it should be. But hopefully Chadbert remembers that he has to refast.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Gokuing this right now. Saber, white shirt.
Yeah, he's powering up.
Here we go!
Hame.
Except-
This is to go even further beyond.
Oh, and Will pointing out that the slow 2 did hit before the fast landed. So yeah, he's fine. Doesn't need to refast.
Oh, he does, because fast just brings you up 1 level, I'm pretty sure. So if you're down to slow, I thought there was 3 levels of it, but maybe yeah.
Oh,
He still
okay.
needs to fast again, because it's 3 levels. It's either you're fasted, you're normal, or you're slow. And if you're slow, you go to normal, and if you're normal, you go to fast.
I was not aware of that interaction. I thought it was, okay, here's your baseline, fast puts you at 1 above it, slow puts you at 1 below it. I did not know that it based. Well,
Yeah, he goes back to baseline.
Good to know on that. It looks like Chadbert 10 minutes ago somehow picked up what we were just talking about. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's little things like that. I know you're pretty new to the randomizer hate, but yeah, it's little things like that that can be the difference in a run. Knowing whether you're slow 2 and you gotta refast or fast twice instead of once. I guess it can get a little in
Chaos is down for Chad.
GG Chadbert.
Yep.
Beautiful chaos fight.
Get your GGs out in chat. Chadbert finished with a racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 57 seconds. See about getting him in for an interview if he wants, and we'll go from there. But yeah,
pretty close race.
Yeah, that was a pretty good run from y'all, and it was pretty clean execution from both of you. It was just that early ice dive which seemed to cinch it for you. You got in the sky that much earlier.
Oh, absolutely.
And we are joined by Chadbert in chat, at least. So we'll see if he's going to join us in audio or not. If he doesn't want to, it's not a problem. It's probably a bit late for him. Unless he's one of those West Coasters like me.
Oh, he's a West Coaster.
And there he is.
That's why we agreed to this. You know, we both got kiddos, so we both had to try and schedule around our kiddos' schedule, because I know my wife is not happy when I'm like, hey, I'm gonna run a race at 7 o'clock. You get to put the kids to bed, and she's like, you can run a race late. You're right, I can run a race late.
Yeah. All right, and we are joined in voice chat by Chadbert. So, GG, Chadbert, well played.
GG Guda.
Yeah, GG, Chad. That was pretty close. I mean, 8 minutes. These flags can, with the variance, man.
Yeah, it was pretty close. So to answer some of the questions, I was running a Sun +1. And I did not have Vorpal, and I did not have an Excal or a Masa. So that's part of the reason I was slow was I was opening a little extra boxes to try to find something that I could pull the Sun Plus One. I'm like, oh, thank God. And just ran with that.
Yeah, I was swinging Silver Knife +4 for a while. It was fun. And then I found the Vorpal +3, and I'm like, well, this solves all my problems.
I would have been very happy with the Vorpal, even though I hate that sword.
It was Cardia. One of the
Yeah.
Cardia chests.
I thought
No, I checked the biggest Cardia. I didn't check the other two.
Oh, and I don't remember if it was behind Monster in a Box, because there was a whole bunch of Monster in a Boxes in Cardia, and I killed some of them, but not all of them.
I don't think that one was actually behind a monster in the box.
Okay.
It was just chilling out right next to the defense sword.
Oh, you mean the defense sword that I didn't get?
I didn't get it.
No, I never saw a defense. I never saw Masa either.
Yeah, no, I know we didn't see Masa because that one brings my eye to it immediately. Okay, we may have just entirely we may have all missing on that one.
It's all good, Nightmare Phoenix. There's a lot going on, because I know I like to check boxes as quickly as possible and not keep anything up on the screen. So sometimes it's tough to see everything. But I did have 2 ribbons. And Chad, I thought I saw you only had 1.
I did find a second one. As one of the last extra boxes I checked when I did the greed chests in Sky.
Yep, that's where I got my second one too. I was trying to check your menu to see if you had 2. But yeah, that second ribbon was huge.
Yeah, you both found the same 2 ribbons.
Yeah, I had a dragon armor and an Aegis shield, so I tried going in the first dive of Topher without the ribbon on the knight, and immediately regretted that on the second floor.
Oh, and I was listening to you talk, Kate, about my encounter manip. I just went straight off the hard reset almost in every dungeon, so I figured off the hard reset there was those multiple encounters in a row. I should have gotten those, where I did, right before going through the loot, and then that kind of cleared my way to get through some of the crappier floors with long runs.
Yeah, that was a really, really good use of that. Like, I not gonna lie, I wasn't paying too close of attention to your encounter tables because, well, I was trying to watch everything going along. But yeah, those were some really friendly, big, long streaks and nothing you took advantage of. So good job on that.
Yeah, the encounter table in this seed was awful, to say the least. But there were the long runs. It's just that you had like 5 encounters in a row whenever you got encounters. It's like, oh, well, hopefully I'm on the right floor so I don't get, I don't know, Blaze Wraiths 8 times in a row.
Yeah, it felt like there were 2 hero runs and then 5 encounters in a group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Between both.
But yeah, that ice cape was awful.
Yeah, it turns out though that I got you the win because I am never ice, and I went down to Waterfall and got a lot of levels up to about like 18 or 19 until Damage Poison came out, and I'm like, oh no, because I only had 1 cast of nuke going into Waterfall, and I used it for against 3 Mudgulls.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have anything other than Fire 3.
Oh, and I suppose if you went down to a Waterfall, then you also didn't have the floater.
Oh no, I got the floater very late.
Yeah, that was big. So 8 minutes with a late floater that's damn good.
Yeah, I am very proud of my reset out of the key
Oh,
maneuver
no.
that I did. But no, because I was at the top. I was on the north side. I was towards Sky, and I've got the key out of Matoya, and I'm like, oh no, I saved back a bit, and so I just reset out and then went back in the inner sea to get it.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, I wondered why I saw you swinging around and going back to the inner sea. I was like, did he just decide to reset?
Because he didn't have the bridge to go down to Corneria to get the lock chest.
Yeah, okay, that makes
Which
sense.
I'm also still punching Caleb for.
Yeah, I laughed.
Believe you.
I laughed so hard when you pulled the bridge out, and the doctor was like, I'm punching Caleb for this. What? All right, that's awesome.
No, honestly,
So
I did
good.
that though because there was a race earlier, either today or yesterday, where I think it was yesterday, where a couple of people both got the key in Matoya and then went down to
Yeah,
turn it
I
in.
commentated that race.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna play this one safe just in case that exact scenario happens.
Not a bad idea, honestly. So yeah, and with that, it looks like Gouda, you're going to be facing off against seed number 3, Gregory Buff. What are your thoughts?
Oh,
about
I've got some revenge to get against Mr. Puff. I challenged him twice for the Iron Goal Heavy Metal Championship belt, and he beat me both times. So this is where the revenge is happening. Is round of 32, best of 1, big pop-up Puff himself versus the commish. We're throwing down. I'll talk to Greg. We'll probably do a midnight special too.
All right, yeah. If you hadn't said the commish versus the champ, I was gonna bring that thing up.
Oh yeah, Greg Lee Puff, I'm coming for you, buddy. You're mine, son.
All right. Well, excuse me, Rosalia, you got any questions for the runners?
Nope, I am all good here. Would you like to say any goodbyes?
Yeah, let's toss it on over to Chadbert for your final thoughts.
Overall, it was a very fun seed. Better than the average or typical. But I do want to say GG, Gouda, and good luck against Greg Lee. You're going to need it, and I'll be rooting for you, even though it will completely destroy my bracket if you win.
Gouda, let's toss it over to you for next set.
Yeah, not a lot of people have me beating Greg Lee Puff in their predictions, so I want to be a bracket buster. That's part of my goal, busting brackets. But for real, I put it in chat. Follow all of us, the commentary crew, myself, Chadbert. I know a lot of us stream quite regularly. And join the Final Fantasy Randomizer Discord. You get to hang out with us. We get to teach you the game if you want to learn it, or you can just hang out with us.
Memes.
Hey, there we go. We got a meme maker. We got Big Papa Puff teaching the ducks. So if you want to learn, come on, join us. It's a great time. Right now is the best time to be in our Discord. I mean, we've got spring tournament going on. We've got other events coming up in the near future, and Duck Derby coming up, or a whole duckling class thing coming up in the near future. So I mean, right now is the best time to join in. The server's super active with spring tournament, and if you guys want to try your hand at commentating or tracking, or whatever you want to do with the broadcast, we're willing to help you out with that, teach you, and show you what's up. So come on, join us, have a good time.
Rosalia, final thoughts?
Nope, but this was a fun race to see. Thank you all Night Owls and Rest Coasters for staying up and watching this, and have a good night from me, the doctor.
All right, and yeah, as Greg Lee said, just give the runners a follow, and thanks to thanks to Randomania for letting us use our channel, and we are gonna send you all on over to RPG Limit Break, as they are currently doing their Dragon Quest RTA marathon. So have fun, and we will be back later, and see y'all tomorrow. We've got a good day of races then too. Good night, everybody.